Let me tell you about my neighbor Helen. Last winter, Helen confided in me over a cup of tea, her hands shaking as she pulled out a spreadsheet of her retirement savings. What if I outlive my money? She asked. What if I become a burden to my kids? Helen isn't alone. That gnawing fear of financial ruin keeps many seniors awake at night, even those who've saved diligently. But here's the truth. The ancient Stoics faced similar fears. Wars, famines, political chaos, they knew uncertainty. Yet they thrived by mastering their minds. Today, we'll explore 3 forgotten Stoic techniques to quiet financial anxiety and reclaim your peace. Let's start with the first. Technique 1. Practice premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils. The Stoics didn't shy away from fear. They invited it in to disarm it. Seneca wrote, "The man who has anticipated the coming of troubles takes away their power when they arrive." For Helen, this meant asking, what's the worst that could happen? She imagined her savings halved by a market crash. Then she asked, could I still survive? Turns out, yes. Helen realized she could downsize her home, rely on Social Security, and grow vegetables in her backyard. I'd hate it, she admitted, but I wouldn't starve. This exercise didn't magically fix her finances, but it did shrink her fear from a monster to a manageable problem. Action step: grab a pen and paper. Write down your worst-case financial scenario. Then brainstorm one practical step you'd take, e.g., renting a room, using food banks. Just knowing you can adapt robs fear of its power. Technique 2. Focus on what's within your control. Epictetus, born into slavery, famously said, "Some things are within our power, others are not." My friend Frank, a retired mechanic, applied this to his money fears. He couldn't control inflation or the stock market, but he could control his daily spending. He started tracking every dollar, canceled unused subscriptions, and switched to generic medications. "I saved $300 a month without feeling deprived," he said. The Stoics called this living in accordance with nature. For Frank, nature meant accepting his fixed income and aligning his habits with it. He even found joy in the challenge. It's like a game. How creatively can I stretch a dollar? Now, you might be thinking, but what about unexpected expenses? Medical bills? Emergencies? Don't worry, we'll tackle that next. Let's just say, the Stoics had a plan for that too. Let's revisit Helen, the neighbor who feared outliving her savings. After practicing premeditatio malorum and focusing on controllable expenses, she faced a real test. A $2,000 dental bill her insurance wouldn't cover. Panic set in until she remembered the Stoic concept of Technique 3. Amor fati, love your fate. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The obstacle is the way." Instead of cursing the bill, Helen asked, "How can this challenge make me stronger?" She negotiated a payment plan, sold and used jewelry online, and swapped her gym membership for free YouTube yoga. "I didn't just pay the bill," she said. "I proved to myself I could handle surprises." How to practice amor fati with money fears. 1. Reframe crises as training. The Stoics viewed obstacles as opportunities to practice virtue, courage, creativity, resilience. My cousin George, 68, used this when his car broke down. Instead of draining savings, he carpooled with neighbors, rediscovered his love of biking, and saved $200 per month on gas. "That clunker dying was the best thing that happened to me," he laughed. 2. Build a $5 emergency fund. Start small. Every week, stash $5 in a jar labeled Peace of Mind. My Aunt Ruth did this for a year, saving $260. When her fridge died, she used the cash for repairs, no credit cards, no panic. "It's not about the amount," she said. "It's about proving to myself I can prepare." 3. Lean on community before crisis hits. The Stoics believed in sympathia, interconnectedness. Research local resources now. Senior utility discounts. Many states offer reduced rates. Medical bill advocates. Nonprofits that negotiate costs for free. Skill sharing groups. Trade gardening help for home repairs. the Stoic secret to handling the unexpected. Epictetus, who endured slavery and exile, said, "It's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them." When my friend Frank's roof leaked, he initially spiraled, "This will bankrupt me." Then he paused and asked, 1. What's within my control? Patch the leak, file an insurance claim. 2. What's outside my control? The weather, the adjuster's timeline. 3. How can I adapt? Use tarps temporarily, borrow a dehumidifier. By focusing on actionable steps, Frank repaired the roof for half the estimated cost. Turns out, fear was the most expensive part, he said. Now you might wonder, but how do I sustain this mindset long term? What if the fear creeps back? Don't worry, we'll tackle that next. Let's just say, the Stoics had a daily ritual for that. Let's return to Helen one last time. After facing her dental bill crisis, she realized something profound. Fear of running out of money wasn't just about numbers. It was about trust. Trust in her ability to adapt, trust in her community, and trust in life's unpredictable rhythm. To sustain her newfound calm, Helen adopted a daily Stoic ritual inspired by Marcus Aurelius, who wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." The Stoic Daily Review, a 5-minute habit for lifelong peace. Every night, Helen spends 5 minutes reflecting on 3 questions. What did I control today? E.g., I chose to cook at home instead of ordering takeout. What did I imagine I couldn't survive, but did? E.g., I worried about a vet bill, but negotiated a discount. What am I grateful for? E.g., my neighbor shared tomatoes from her garden. This practice, called the evening review, roots her in progress, not perfection. Some days I write, I panicked over nothing again. But that's okay, Helen said. The point is to keep showing up, bringing it all together. Helen's journey. Premeditatio malorum. She confronted her worst-case scenario and realized she could adapt. Focus on control. She trimmed expenses, built a $5 emergency fund, and leaned on community resources. Amor fati. She embraced crises as training, not tragedies. The result? Helen's savings haven't magically grown, but her fear has shrunk. I'm not rich, she said, but I'm resourceful, and that's better than any number in my bank account. Your invitation to financial serenity. Here's my challenge to you. Try one Stoic practice this week. Maybe write down your worst-case money fear and one actionable step. Start a $5 per week emergency jar. Spend 5 minutes tonight reflecting on what you controlled today. Then, come back here and tell me how it went. Did you surprise yourself? Find hidden strength? Your story could light the way for someone else. If this video helped you, hit like to help others in our community find it, and subscribe for more tools to thrive in retirement. Remember, as Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Your financial peace isn't in your bank balance. It's in your mind. Wishing you courage, creativity, and the quiet joy of knowing you've got this. Until next time, take care and keep thriving.